Hi, my name is Edwards. I'm originally from Southeast London, but now I'm currently living in North London. Waymakers is all about making a way to the way, the truth, and the life. Because there's so many obstacles that are stopping people from coming to Christ. You know, things like family, friends, certain relationships, you know, financial issues. There's so many things in life here that are stopping people from making their way to Christ. And our mission in Waymakers is to remove the obstacles, the things that hinder people from getting to Him. The name Waymakers was inspired by a really good message by Bishop Clement, and the message title was A New and Living Way. And basically the message was about the difference between the old way. You know, in the Old Testament, if you have read the Old Testament, you know what the old way was. The old way was by works. People had to get to God by works. And the new way, which is by grace. The people get to God by grace. The grace that is given to us through Jesus Christ coming down to die for us on the cross. And he was talking about how Christians, we get it mixed up. Some of us are trying to do it by the old way, whereas we're living in the new. And some of us are mixing the old way with the new way. You know, many of us think that if we don't pray enough, if we don't fast enough, then, you know, I'm not saved anymore. But that's not it. We're saved by grace and by grace alone. So that's what the message was about. Because it was a new and living way, Christ Jesus, he said that. Paul was talking about Christ Jesus coming and bring the new and living way. And I want to lead people to that new and living way. That's why hence the name Waymakers. We're making a way. You can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter name is Mr. Waymaker, Mr_Waymaker. I'm also on Facebook. My profile page is Ishmael Waymaker Edwards, Ishmael ISHMAEL, Ishmael Waymaker Edwards. Soon I'll be putting up a Facebook page for Waymakers. So you'll find that on Facebook, and you obviously get me on Facebook. And you watch my profile, you find out when it's on.
What I took her for at first, but I fixed up. My boy was like Nick, treat a better rule, shut up quick blood. But I was young then.
Yeah, I think that most teenage Christians, like 70%, are all hypocrites. They're all hypocrites because like, they come around preaching that, saying how sex before marriage is bad, blah blah blah. When yet they do it themselves. Not naming no names. Like for example, let's say it. Mid-20s, he comes over to us, yeah, and says stuff like sex before marriage is bad, blah blah blah. You'll burn in hell, blah blah. You don't see me doing it. But yeah, I go on the person's phone and I see pictures of him and his ex-wife naked and that.
Sometimes when people say that they're Christian, I don't actually believe it. They just might be saying it because their mum and dad believe that. Well, like God said, like having teenage sex and all that, going around like having sex with any odd person. Did God tell us to do that? No. So like, that's not what I think a Christian actually does.
Like there are not many Christians about, so no one really mentions their religion.
Christianity is still strong, but nowadays there's a lot of hypocrites. Nowadays there's really a lot of hypocrites, so it makes it hard for others to believe in Christianity because there's so many hypocrites. But I believe that Christianity is still a good route today. Like, it hasn't died down or anything, it's still there.
I have the same thing as well, yeah. Most of my friends are Christians, but like, they don't exactly go to church or anything. They say they're Christians, they don't exactly pray, they don't do anything that makes them a Christian.
They say they're Christians, but they're not true Christians. Like, they don't even read the Bible. Like, they've never been to church in their life, and they're so Christian. And they still believe in the Big Bang. Like, what is that?